lang. Game.
Goods na naka-record na, pre.
Oo.
Sige. 8 lang pala. So, good morning, everyone. Thank you for being here today. And we are the third group, and we're excited to share with you our topic for today. So, in this presentation, we explore the fascinating intersection of literature, the soul, and the concept of space, and the motivational functions of. So, by the end, you have a deeper understanding of how literature reflects and shapes our inner lives and the powerful motivations that fuel artistic expression. So, to begin with, next slide. Next slide, please. So, to begin with, here's our objectives for today. So, at the end of the lesson, students will learn to synthesize knowledge from various sources to develop a comprehensive understanding of the relationship between literature, art, and the human experience. Participate in critical discussions about meaning and significance of art, engaging with diverse perspectives and viewpoints. For the last one is to develop informed opinions about the value and the importance of art in our society and culture. Next slide.
So literature is all about recognizing and valuing the beauty, depth, and impact of written works. It involves understanding how authors use language, themes, symbols, and storytelling techniques to evoke emotion and provoke thought. Whether it's poetry, novel, plays, or essays, literature reflects human experiences, culture, and creativity. Consider how writers paint vivid scenes with words, create compelling characters, and explore complex ideas that resonate across generation. So, um, So one of the example of literature is this poem because it uses beautiful and creative language to describe the sound and feeling of the rain. So the rain is described as singing and tapping, which helps the reader imagine the scene and feel calm. So the poem also shows how something simple like rain can have a deeper meaning, and it can represent peace, comfort, or emotions that what literature does. So it uses words to express feelings, ideas, and human experiences. So motivated functions of art. Motivated functions of art. Motivated purposes of art refer to intentional, conscious action on the part of the artist or creator. This may be to bring about political change, to comment on an aspect of society, to convey a specific emotion or mood, to address personal psychology, to illustrate another discipline, to, with commercial arts, sell a product, or simply as form of communication. So art is not just made to look nice, so it often has a clear purpose or message. So when artists create something with a goal in mind, we call that a motivated purpose. For example, an artist might want to speak out about unfair treatment, so share their emotions or make people aware of a problem in society. Some artists use their work to tell personal stories, teach something, or even advertise a product. In short, motivated art is created to communicate, inspire, or influence the way people think and feel.
Communication. Art at its simplest is a form
of communication, as
Consequently,
most forms of
this result
communication
has a state of
have
advancement
an intent
on
or
one
goal
kind,
directed
compared
toward
to those in
another
front of
individual. This
people
is
usually
motivated
intelligence
purpose.
professionals.
Illustrative arts such as scientific illustration are a form of art as communication. Maps are another example. However, the content need to not be scientific. Emotions, moods, and feelings are also communicated through art. Art is not just any kind of communication. It's often the most resonant. Think of it as the soul's echo, a silent conversation between the creator and the observer. Every distances and time, every brush stroke, every sculpted curve, every carefully chosen word in a poem carries an intention. A whisper, a shout, a shared secret from one human heart to another. This isn't accidental. It's a deeply motivated purpose on an inherent desire to connect. Consider how a scientific illustration meticulously maps out the intricate beauty of butterfly wing, not just for study, but to communicate the wonder of nature's design. Or how a cartographer's lines on a map don't just show roads, but communicate the vastness of a journey, the promise of discovery. There are forms of art, yes, but more importantly, they are vessels of clarity and understanding, making complex ideas accessible and tangible. Yet, art's most exquisite power lies beyond the purely factual. It's in the way a symphony can can sweep you into a tidal language of the unspoken emotions, moods, and feelings that words often fail to capture. It allows us to share our deepest vulnerabilities and our highest aspirations without uttering a single sound. When we truly engage with art, we are not just seeing or hearing, we are feeling the artist's message, experiencing shared humanity. It's a beautiful, intricate dance of understanding where the canvas, the stage, or the melody becomes a sacred space for genuine connection. Next is art as entertainment. Art may ask to bring about a particular emotion or mood for the purpose of relaxing or entertaining the viewer. This is often the function of art industries of motion pictures and games. Beyond its profound role in communication, art often steps in a different yet equally vital domain that of entertainment, but it's not mistake entertainment for mere distraction. Instead, considered it the art of intentionally crafting experience that steer our emotions, uplift our spirits, and provide a precious respite from the everyday. This isn't about passive amusement, it's about art's deliberate invitation to feel a particular mood or emotion. Perhaps the gentle calm of relaxation, the exhilarating thrill of adventure, or the warm embrace of shared laughter. Think of the magic woven by the motion picture industry. A beautifully shot film can transform can transport us to distant lands, allow us to walk in another shoes or delve into narratives that ignite our imagination. All of the singular purpose of engaging and enriching our leisure. Similarly, the immersive worlds of video games are meticulously designed artistic landscapes, not just for play but to evoke excitement, challenge our minds, and offer a truly interactive form of escape. Art, in its entertaining capacity, isn't just about passing time. It's about purposeful engagement. It offers us a cherished space to unwind, to be thrilled, to wonder, or simply to delight in the creativity of others. It's a generous offering designed to refresh our minds and nourish our souls, transforming fleeting moments into memorable experiences. This facet of art Art reminds us that beauty and meaning can be found even in pursuit of pure enjoyment, making our lives richer and more vibrant.
Now let's move on to Avante Grande. The term of Avante Grande is literally translated as advanced guard or vanguard, referring to those at the forefront of movement, pushing boundaries and challenging established norms. In the context of early 20th century art, the Avante Grande wasn't just about aesthetic experimentation. It was a deeply intertwined with the desire of political challenge. These art movements, Dadaism, Surrealism, Russian Constructivism, and Abstract Expressionism, each use visual imagery in abstract way to challenge the status and advocate for political ideals. They shared a common thread, rejecting the traditional artistic conventions and using art as a tool for a social and political commentary. And this number four is the art as a free zone. Art of free zone is contemporary art of function as a space where ideas can be explored without the constraints of social and political censorship. Unlike Albati Grande, movements that sought us to create universal artistic language. Contemporary arts embraces cultural differences and encourages individual expression. This shift has allowed art to serve as a medium for activism, social inquiry, and even subversion. Artists use the freedom to challenge norms, question power structures, and experiment with the new forms, making contemporary art more inclusive and dynamic arena for critical thoughts. Next slide, please.
Art for psychological and healing purposes. Art is also used by art therapists, psychotherapists, and clinical psychologists as art therapy. The diagnostic drawing series, for example, is used to determine the personality and emotional functioning of a patient. The end product is not the principal goal in this case, but rather a process of healing through creative acts is sought. The resultant piece of artwork may also offer insight into the troubles experienced by the subject and may suggest suitable approaches to be used in more conventional forms of psychiatric therapy. Here are examples of arts used for psychological and healing processes. The first one is drawing and painting. Simple coloring, especially mandalas, can promote mindfulness and relaxation, reducing anxiety, and drawing memories or feelings related to traumatic experiences to help externalize and process them. Listening to music. Using specific types of music to evoke emotions, promote relaxation, or energize. And writing a poem and creating melodies to express personal experiences, feelings, or narratives. Second is art for propaganda or commercialism. Art is often utilized as a form of propaganda and thus can be used